I think that one of the biggest parts of being a leader is just being self-aware, knowing yourself and your strengths and how you learn and how you work well enough to model that and be a positive role model for others in determining who they are. Taking the Strengths Quest Finder test, I feel like I've really had an opportunity to learn about some things that I'm innately good at and practice them and focus on them and grow them more. My 5 are woo, which is winning others over, and I love to make that good first impression. Connectedness, where I truly believe that what I do affects you, affects the world, and we all have a deep connection to one another that makes life worthwhile. Communication is one of my other strengths, and I'm making this video right now. Clearly, communication is a really huge part of my life, and I like to lead by communicating, and I think that I'm pretty good at it, I hope. Responsibility is my 4th, and if you've ever worked with me, you know that I take it really seriously. I try my very best to do my very best, and once I've committed to something, you can count on me doing it, and if there's ever a problem, I will work as hard as I can to work out a solution so that I can be there or make it up to whoever I'm not being there for. And lastly is positivity. I really make it my charge and mission in what I do to bring joy to my work and to smile myself so that I might make others smile. Quick disclaimer, these aren't all strengths all the time. In fact, working too hard, taking too much responsibility for things, being too on all the time with my woo, those all have their downsides too. But I do try to focus on the positive benefits of them as much as I can. Now that I know that those are some strengths that even a completely objective test could tell me, I'm able to see where I can apply them in my life, both as an RA at the university, as a youth leader for Centers for Spiritual Living, as a friend and a girlfriend. You know, all of these strengths I realize are part of who I am, and so by being conscious of them, I can make them even better. It's important too to understand how you learn, because everybody learns differently, and we are stuck in school all day, made to learn in one way, by sitting and listening and performing. And although traditionally as a student, I have to admit I've been pretty good at that, that is not where I get my fulfillment in life. And it was so eye-opening to also take a test and realize that I'm a hands-on learner. I learn the best by experiencing things, by discussing things, by putting my hands on what I'm doing and trying it for myself. And because of that, even when I'm learning something not just in school, but if I'm learning a new skill, if I'm learning a new procedure for something, it really helps me to get involved. And because I know that, I'm able to seek out those opportunities so that I can learn things better and be more successful in those areas. Because, according to Kolb's Learning Styles test, I'm an accommodator. It means that I work best when I'm experiencing and trying things hands-on. Although it can mean sometimes I appear pushy and a little too forward, that's good to know too, because then when I'm in that learning situation, I can make a conscious effort not to come off as aggressive or harsh. I can just explain that, sorry, I like to really get in there and understand things. And that makes interactions with everyone a lot better. Finally, knowing things about myself and my leadership style helps me to understand why it is I have the career goals that I have, and to really check in and see if those are goals that will serve me in the long run. And so since I'm really looking into event planning as a career, when we took the Myers-Briggs personality type indicator, I was an E for extrovert, N for intuitive, F for feeling, and J for judging. And so that actually goes really well with being an event planner, and here's why. This particular type is typically very diplomatic, and so by being extroverted, where I enjoy interacting with people, and being a diplomat, I would be able to interact with clients in a way that I can really understand what they want and incorporate that with what I want in my business and make that happen. Also, with the feeling part, the personal connection can really be taken a step further. To create something like a wedding or a special event that really means something to people, for me to be able to empathize with them and truly feel where they're coming from is really a great skill. The N for intuitive part is really great for when you're on the floor and things don't go quite as planned and you have to adapt quickly and trust that deep sense of inner guidance, I guess, to make those changes so that everything flows well. To trust your gut sometimes because the plan doesn't always go the way that you plan. And finally, the judging part is really about making decisions quickly and effectively, understanding the big picture, and then I guess transforming the details into creating that big picture. And that's absolutely crucial, I think, for being an event planner. If you're more of a perceiver and just looking and understanding things, you're not actually executing what needs to be done. And so although of course there's a place for both, I think that my particular type actually suits me very well for what I have planned for the future. So not only have I had the opportunity to learn about myself and my leadership style, but I've also gotten to learn about my fellow staff members and their leadership styles too. And I think that that's really valuable because when you work on a unique team where everyone brings something different and awesome to the table, to know where we're unique and where we're similar really helps us to connect and also to be able to ask for help in the right places when we need it. And I really do feel like as a staff we've been able to do that since we've learned all of these things about our leadership styles. Like I said towards the beginning, learning more about my strengths, my personality, and my style as a leader has helped me in a lot of different areas of my life. And being an RA is certainly one of them. I've learned that because I enjoy authentic connection with people and having real conversations, those are the places where I connect with residents the most. And my ability to execute and plan and my judging area of my MBTI really helps me to execute really great programs that people like. And the feeling part of that as well helped me to connect with people on a more personal level. And I've had residents approach me and feel like they were comfortable talking to me about some personal things because of that. And so I really value being able to discover a little bit more about who I am and what I have to bring to the world. So then, in other situations, when the time is right, I can bring more to the world and make a difference. And I think that I'm doing that here, and I'm just trying my best. So that's all you can do, right? I was just at a workshop planning weekend with my spiritual leadership team, and one of the things that came up a few times was how being a leader is not a title. It's a feeling. It's how you embody who you truly are and set out to be your true authentic self so that others follow suit. And that's what it really means to me. And so I think the most valuable thing we can do as leaders is learn about who we really are and be open to when that it isn't even what we're expecting it to look like. And I think that the activities that we've done so far as a staff have really helped me to do that, and I value any opportunity to learn more about myself and others and the way that this world we live in works. So thank you for listening, and I hope you learned a little bit about me and my journey this year. Thanks. Bye.